Good morning, good day. How are you today? And welcome to the Wealthy Lala show with myself, Laurie Laursen. Today is episode 242. Today is going to be kind of a wing it day. There was a kind of a couple of things that popped into my mind, like this whole idea of really surrendering to and letting go to what we think should be happening or shouldn't be happening in our lives, and being okay with where things are at. And then the other thing that I wanted to kind of talk about or address was with Dr. Joe Dispenza. He talks about this thing. He talks about where you actually have to have like a new personality to create a different reality. And, I didn't really get what that meant when he first said it. I was like, how do you create a different personality? I mean, I am who I am. How do I create a different personality? And what I'm coming to understand is that it's the part of our personality. It's not like the part who we are innately, but it's all the points of view and all the conclusions and all the um, decisions that we've made about how life should be or shouldn't be, like how we react to life. And I wouldn't have thought before that that was changeable. Actually, I didn't think before it was changeable. And with having, this journey slash life slash adventure that I have chosen and I am on, um, I have discovered that like things are changeable. And you know what? I got to tell you, thank freaking God. Yeah. Because it was a lot of internal pain and suffering that then got created as pain and suffering in my body. And yeah, and it was interesting because now that I know that things are changeable, so, when I discover like um, when something's bothering me, however it shows up, it shows up as a reaction that I've had to something someone else says. It shows up as pain in my body. It shows up as me being cranky. It shows up as me being like um, overly emotional, like reactionary, some kind of reaction. It could be I'm feeling guilty, could be I'm feeling, um, you know, it could be sad, it could be just unhappy, it could be frustrated, it could be angry, whatever. I'll have that. And what I didn't more know before was that I had that before a lot, but just thought it was normal. And what I've come to discover is that, or it's say normal to stay in it for a long period of time, that it would be normal to just talk about it with everybody, that it would be normal to fret about it, to worry about it, to whatever, that again, even just with the decision that it wasn't changeable. Like, I hope this is kind of going to make sense by the time I get through this show today. But anyways, so there's a personality that I've had, one that was of pain and suffering, one that was addicted to trauma drama, one that was addicted to, like I was addicted to the pain and suffering. I would find just recently there was something that came up, and I found this place where for the first time I was having an exchange with someone, and I didn't have any desire to go to trauma drama or to actually address it. I was able to just um, let it go. I was able to just pass it over. I was able to just find words that would just create a different future with the exchange. And this is something that I couldn't do before. I didn't realize that we literally have, without even knowing, an addiction to, pain, suffering, sadness, unhappiness, discouragement, anger, frustration. And when we keep programming, when we keep staying there, well, the interesting thing is too, is that when I mean that we keep staying there, is it's like we're still on an autopilot to be there. We don't realize that we haven't cleaned, say, something up. So say I had an argument with my hubby the other day, okay? And I just went, okay, fine. And then just walked away and then went outside for a walk and didn't do anything about it, but just sort of would call, just get over it, all right? Without actually changing the energy in my body with it, it would actually be something that would stay alive within my energetic body. And those kind of things, when we don't know to deal with them, the guy that cuts us off, the argument with our partner, the annoying coworker, the frustration with a family member, yeah, when we don't actually look at them, acknowledge them, adore ourselves and love ourselves through it, and let it just be done with, as done as we can be with something, and not everything is like done, finished, complete over, in one interaction. Sometimes it takes a little bit more depending on, maybe you've had someone break up with you. Maybe you have a friend who no longer speaks with you. And if they were someone you didn't care about, you'd be over it in a second. And when there's someone that you actually care about, you need a little bit more adjustment time. But it's really sitting there and being with it. And this is kind of where that surrendering part comes into it too, is allowing yourself to really surrender to the fact that you're angry, really surrender to the fact that you're hurt, really surrender and like let go of your attachment to how something should be, not let go of, as in get the hell over it, would you? Like I don't know if you guys ever had that sort of around you where it was like, it was wrong to have any kind of unhappy emotion. And so hurry up and would you get over it? And you know how you can find out if you're still triggered by stuff like that? Hang around kids. Hang around babies that are fussy, that are colicky, or kids that are that have a will, and let yourself, and then see how present you can stay with it, and then see if you can invite in that same presence, that same surrendering, that same just being with it, with yourself, and allow yourself to, go with that. Now that's what I've been doing. And I oh, how do I want to say this? Just trying to find words for it. So there's this one couple, Odile and Steve Remmert, I think. I get emails from them. I wonder if I can find one of their ones. And I love that they have this zero tolerance for anything that upsets them. And, that's what I'm aiming to go for. Okay. I really am. It's like, I didn't realize that you could actually have that. Okay. Like you seriously could. You could actually have zero tolerance for being upset. Like, it's so incredibly amazing how, like, I'm going to say for myself, I don't know about you, but how we're so used to like negativity, to judgment, to unhappiness, to whatever, that we just in a way think it's normal. So we'll be in a situation, something will happen around us, we'll react to it, and we'll be just like, oh, that's just the way they are, or oh, that's just the way this is. And then we'll do that thing where it's like, well, you just kind of like dismiss it. Okay. It's in that dismissing that we actually don't acknowledge what was actually true for us. We've not been really taught to take the time to find out what that was for us. And this last couple months for me, I've really been diving into that, looking into for myself, like what these triggers are. And I have learned so much about myself. And so then what is really cool now is that when I get into situations, with having that awareness of myself, awareness of what's important to me, awareness of how and why other people react, awareness of how and why I reacted. I mean, I was a take it personally queen. And as that has changed, well, and I've had that awareness about myself, saw where it came from, have looked at it, saw what the value was in it, saw how I no longer desire to choose that anymore, and that actually taking things personally um, is just a habit. Because if you actually really sit with it and look at it, would you actually believe that you would actually find, I certainly did for myself, that anything anyone else does doesn't actually have anything to do with you. And I've talked about this on previous shows, and I'm not really going to get much into it today. Um, yeah. So yeah, it's the Steve and Odile. Oh, I can't. I'm looking at an email of theirs right now, and I'm not actually seeing their last name. Oh, so, anyways, they're www.subconscious hyphen dash reprogramming.com. Anyways, if you want to find out about, they have a Claim Your True Power, the superpower course. And I actually really like their information. I actually would sign up for this class myself. And other than the fact that right now I still have a few things on the go, so I don't want to sign up for something else. But it looks like a really good thing. And when you change your energy, they actually sent this email out where the two of them, they were babysitting the husband, Steve's daughter's dog. Anyways, it does not like thunder. Thunder happened, or no, fireworks happened. The dog actually is even on medication for it. And fireworks happened on the 4th of July, and the next thing you know, the dog was gone. And they went through a lot of emotions of guilt and frustration and disappointment. They were in and fear. And literally they chose to. They chose to. Like, we can all relate to that. You're looking after someone else's pet, someone else's kid, and something happens. Okay. We go to, oh, shoot, oh, shoot, oh, shoot, right? And what you end up really needing to do, and what they chose to do, is like they have like a zero tolerance for letting themselves stay upset about anything. And so, after they had done all the worst case scenarios, and I love how they said, I can't create or attract anything bad because I love myself. So even though this looks really bad, it has to turn out good, or at least nothing to worry about. Okay, so this is one of their quick, easy, authentic self-love tools. And literally they went and they kept saying, geez, where is it? Because I've started doing this with regards to my thing. Oh, yay, Koopy's back. So Koopy's the dog. Everything always works out. Okay, so the dog wasn't back yet. So is there something in your life that you can start talking yourself into the fact that, yay, this is working out for me. Everything always works out. And it starts out, it's really literally, it becomes a choice to change what you're thinking, to have yourself believe something different. And I hope you guys can sort of perceive the energy of even that just really quick example, because it brings me back to that whole idea of us having to change our personality to create a different reality. And if you guys have ever heard about this, like there are actually people that will have multiple personalities, like within their body. They will have literally, proven multiple personalities, and each different personality will have different diseases. Like one personality will be allergic to certain foods, the other personality won't be. And, this is when they're discovering that our mind, our thoughts, our way of being in the world, the way we think, the way we don't question the world, solidifies things in our being, that solidifies things in our body and doesn't allow us a different possibility. So, this is something that's really big in my world right now, really getting the idea that creating a different personality is going to create a different reality in my world. And yeah, this was just really a touchstone of it. There is so much more to it. And I highly recommend Dr. Joe Dispenza's books. He's got 4 of them. Breaking the habit of being yourself, and that's what he's referring to, the self that you don't even know that you actually are, that creates the reality that you're creating. It's breaking the habit of it. And yeah, and I will just tell you that the more that you break the habit of yourself, the self parts that are solidified and aren't working for you, oh my God, people, the freedom, the fun, the synchronicities, the coincidences, the beauty, the magic that shows up in your life is just out of this world. Amazing. So, anyways, on that note, hope you guys had a great day and hope you have a great rest of your day. And thanks again so much for listening. I really am truly grateful.